Let's take a look at age diversity. Age diversity includes a number of facts and key reflections relating to the importance of older workers. Multiple issues are also outlined within the context of research on aging and the importance of policy debates and strategies for aging, with a focus on age stereotypes and biases, diversity management, and the role of human resource management. Lower birth rates, lower death rates, and longer life expectancy have combined to increase the average age of the population, leading to the aging effect, which is worldwide. The aging effect on the workforce has been compounded by longer amounts of time younger age groups spend in education, school, and university before joining the workforce and the aging baby boomers. These factors have combined to increase the workforce median age. The rate of growth in the world population is slowing, with fertility rates declining and life expectancy increasing. The rate of growth is currently at its slowest pace since the 1950s. As a result, the percentage of older people over 65 years will increase and the percentage of younger people will decrease. For the first time in history, in 2018, the number of people over 65 outnumbered those under 5 years of age. This had the potential to have implications for the workforce substantially. The demand for workers will increase as the retiring working population will not be replaced. The result will be a significant skills shortage if not managed effectively from the national policy level and at an organizational level as well. The issues of aging are well recognized at national levels, with active policies and strategies being adopted to address the issues, with a specific focus on healthy aging and maintaining productive workforces. The increase in the labor force participation of older employees presents a significant economic rationale associated with a decrease of fiscal pressure associated with social welfare. Active immigration strategies can help to alleviate the labor skill shortages driven by the aging workforce. Older worker participation has become a gradual upward trend, particularly among female part-time workers. The global financial crisis, known as the Great Recession in the United States, significantly altered employment conditions in order to manage the recession. It also put financial pressure on baby boomers to remain in the workforce. Economic downturns are typically characterized by falling employment, and older workers are often at the forefront of workforce reductions and long-term unemployment, leading to early retirement. During the recession, employers in Australia started offering shorter hours, job sharing, and contract or block employment to restrain costs while retaining workplace skill. These conditions were preferred by older workers and were utilized by both baby boomers and employers to mutually beneficial effects. Retirees want to have a meaningful transition from work to retirement by staying with their current employer, regular or part-time work, casual work, work flexibility, and less demanding jobs with a reduced range of tasks. The overwhelming majority of older workers want a phased withdrawal from the labor market, but the most important factor influencing the decision to stay at work is to pass on their knowledge to younger staff. Some scholars suggest that the business case for retention of older workers has not been sufficiently made. With older workers staying longer, organizations need to address biases towards different generational groups. Age stereotypes and biases are often socially constructed and are rampant in organizations for all age groups. They impact people positively or negatively in their judgments about others. The majority of previous research has typically identified that older workers are viewed in a more negative light than younger employees, providing the basis for many stereotypes that exist associated with older employees. The perception of decline for older workers hinders their attractiveness as new employees, which places older employees in a more vulnerable and precarious position. One study examined positive and negative attitudes towards older employees. They found that age negatively impacted the outcomes of advancement, selection, general evaluation, and interpersonal skills. Younger workers were viewed more favorably than older workers on these outcomes. However, older workers were seen positively as more reliable than younger workers. Older workers are often more engaged in their work than younger employees, and it's important that employees are recognized for the skills that they bring rather than their age. Increased age diversity within an organization was found to lead to more negative perceived age discrimination climates, which subsequently impacts organizational performance. Despite the worldwide focus on aging, age discrimination is common. Age is unique in the sense that it relates to all of us. There's no uniform characteristic that is consistent amongst the aging. There's a national imperative to retain skilled older employees in the workforce, to meet the skill gaps, and to detract from the burden of an aging population on government systems. Diversity management presents various positive employee outcomes, such as increases in satisfaction, engagement, and commitment, and these result from feelings of inclusion and feelings of value for uniqueness. Diversity management in the workplace in this context is the recognition and acceptance of the composition of different age groups with a clear understanding of the value that all groups bring. In any organization, normative beliefs and expectations about diversity and its role in the work group are influenced by status ranking. That is, when systems in an organization rank performance based on age as a barrier, then age diversity will be perceived as having a negative contribution to performance. Human resource practices are only one way that organizations can attempt to endorse diversity and inclusion in the workplace. A traditional view of careers regarded a typical career as having three core life stages: education, work, and retirement. The traditionalist model worked when the mortality rate was much lower than it is currently. However, now there's a need to move towards a multi-stage career approach in which individuals are the masters of their own destiny. Finding ways for older workers to remain in the workforce is a key priority for human resource management practitioners and policymakers alike. Flexible hours are the major attraction to staying in the workforce, followed by a number of other options including telework, job sharing, mentoring, consulting, phased retirement, and a variety of flexible leave alternatives. Some of these practices include supporting working environments, recognition of skills, availability of training with career pathing, and an opportunity to pass knowledge on to younger workers. One study found that older workers were self-motivated, respectful of authority, and had superior communication skills, were dependable, and loyal. However, only a quarter of managers indicated that they would prefer older workers. Despite the fact that older workers possess characteristics that are viewed positively by management, there are perceived barriers in organizational culture, policy, and procedures when it comes to actually hiring older workers. Older workers are also considered to be more punctual, responsible, positive, and have greater levels of engagement with their employer's business through job satisfaction, organizational commitment, and intention to stay. On the other side of the coin, younger workers are seen as more flexible, IT literate, and with an ability to learn more quickly. Younger workers, however, manage their careers by more frequently moving between organizations. It's evident that HR practices do not always lead to increased evidence of diversity and inclusion in organizations. However, researchers identified a number of age-diverse HR practices that significantly impact age diversity climate and organizational performance outcomes. They include age-neutral recruitment, equal access to training and development, opportunities for career advancement, managerial training aimed at better management of an age-diverse workforce, and age-inclusive organizational culture. Organizations need to move beyond a standard approach to managing diverse employee groups, since they're limited in their consideration of individual differences and supervisory and coworker needs. Organizations need to review and understand their workforce composition in order to more fully address any likely impacts from a negative age discrimination climate. In addition, it's critical that diversity-friendly HR practices are fully supported by leaders. It's important for employers and employees to recognize and appreciate organizational support of age diversity. Managers have a critical role in building, accepting, and endorsing diversity-focused HR practices and a diverse culture.